Hey guys, welcome back to Doozy Talks with Suzy, where we keep it real about fitness, nutrition, mindset, and how to live in sync with your body and your purpose. Let me ask you something. Are you eating clean, working out, tracking your steps, and maybe even doing everything they told you to do, but still not getting the results you want? If so, your DNA might be the reason. In my last video, I shared how one size fits all health advice nearly wrecked my body. And today, I'm going even deeper because there are specific traits in your DNA that could be quietly blocking your progress. And once you understand them, everything changes. Let's start with a big one. This is the methylation master, MTHFR. This gene plays a major role in something called methylation, a process I like to compare to your body's light switch system because it helps turn critical functions on and off throughout the body. Methylation itself helps regulate gene expression, build brain chemicals, support hormone balance, repair cells, and clear out the stress-related byproducts like estrogen and homocysteine. And MTHFR is one of the key enzymes that makes this all possible by activating folate in its usable form. Folate is a micronutrient your body needs in order for normal function, and your body turns it into methylfolate. So that's when it actually gets used. But if you have a mutation in this, the light switch might flicker or dim out a little bit. You might find yourself feeling tired, even after a full night's sleep, sensitive to supplements, medications, or smells. Maybe you noticed you're a little more moody than most people, or you're like PMSing a lot. You're just in a mood, easily overwhelmed, or just emotionally flat. And your body might not be clearing things out as efficiently, which can build up and it can create buildup, honestly. So, what would help with this situation? So, there's this big hype about taking folic acid. And going into looking into what folic acid is like, it's the synthetic form of the B vitamin folate. And what happens is your body maybe not, if you have the MTHFR gene mutation, your body can't properly change that folic acid into the usable form of methylfolate. So what helps though, and what I've done is switching out folic acid for methylated B vitamins like 5-MTHF and methyl B12. You'll also see methyl B12 as methylcobalamin if you're looking for it at a grocery store. Methylcobalamin. TMG, magnesium, and zinc, those are great supporters as well. And then focusing on the protein-rich foods and gentle stress reduction. And once I started supporting my MTHFR pathways, my energy and mood finally started stabilizing. I was no longer constantly drained or inflamed for no reason. And then on top of that, I had an incredible amount of focus when I was going about my daily routine. The first few days, it was actually borderline overwhelming because I was like, dude, I'm noticing everything. I'm focused. This is so cool. The next one is COMT gene, and this is the calm or chaos gene. This one regulates how quickly you break down stress chemicals like dopamine, adrenaline. It also helps with estrogen breakdown as well. And if it works slowly, you might stay stressed, overstimulated, or more tense much longer than what maybe Joe down the street does. And here's a couple of examples, what you might notice. Maybe you overthink or you get stuck in mental loops, feeling wired after workouts or caffeine. One of the biggest problems is, and I used to do this before I looked at my genes, I would take a pre-workout and then I would go to the gym. And I would have an incredible amount of crazy levels of caffeine and so crazy amounts of energy. And then I would have this tired but wired kind of crash sensation going on afterwards. And it was because of that. My body and then I wouldn't sleep well at night. I would have to work out 2 hours on half of a half. At one point, I was using half of a half dosage of pre-workout. and it would still leave me pretty wired after a 2-hour workout, and it would be difficult for me to fall asleep at night. Another one is you struggle to relax even when you're tired. And that was me, and you feel emotional highs and lows throughout the day. You're just all over the place. This used to be me, and I'd do a hard workout and then spend hours feeling jittery or overstimulated. Or I would drink coffee, like caffeinated coffee, and then crash emotionally by noon. And at which point I go and I would get another coffee to help my emotions feel better. So, what would help if your COMT is sluggish? Magnesium, glycinate, or taurate helps calm the nervous system. L-theanine it helps to smooth out overstimulation. Cutting back on caffeine, I still love to drink coffee, but I started switching over to decaf coffee because it helps. It still gives that nice coffee flavor. And my body is so used to not drinking the caffeinated coffee that when I do drink it, it's hard for me to even finish a cup because my brain is like, dude, we don't need this. But it does take about a week or two before your body's like, I'm done. There's other things like adaptogens such as rhodiola or ashwagandha to help buffer stress. Personally, I don't use those, but they are known to help. There is research backing this information. And when I started calming my COMT pathways, my anxiety, sleep, and focus dramatically improved. Now, there's also the ones about your muscle blueprint. So we can deal with the stress and managing stress and such as far as your workouts go. But then there's also some that talk about how your muscles, and it's written into your DNA. So let's talk about the movement aspect. There's a couple of them. There's actually several that can play a role. One of them is ACTN3 and A genes. You don't have to memorize it. You'll notice it. You can look it up later. But here's the thing. These control whether your muscles are more suited for power or for endurance. So if you're constantly exhausted from workouts or feel like nothing is building the body you want, it could be a mismatch between your workout style and your DNA. So if you have it in one way, you may thrive with endurance, lighter weights, higher reps, and sometimes it might end up, you might notice maybe your workout is longer, and that's good. But endurance-based workouts may be better for you. And then there's another one where maybe you do better with power, heavy lifts, explosive movements. There's nothing wrong with either one. It's just that our bodies thrive in different ways. And if you have a goal of building muscle, burning fat, you have to figure out which one works better for you. Don't force yourself into HIIT just because it's popular. And if you recover faster with walking or swimming or circuit style weights, lean into that. Your body is communicating to you what works better for it. I used to think, oh, the workouts I really enjoy is probably just because I'm lazy today. So I don't want to do a crazy running workout today because my body's lazy. So then I need to do it because I'm just like, I need to get my mindset right. No, actually, it might be, and this is what I've been learning, maybe my body isn't designed for that, which mine isn't. Looking at my DNA, how my heart functions, how the blood works, and the muscles function, looking at all of that, oh no, probably doing heavy trainings like that where I'm running high rate of speed and then going a little bit slower and then running high rate of speed, doing a running type of workout may not be best for me. So your body is designed for something, and knowing what that is makes training feel so much more aligned. At least it did for me. So let's recap all of this. If you're doing everything right and still not seeing results, these DNA traits might be the reason. MTHFR can make you feel fatigued, hormonal issues, poor detox. And when I'm talking about detox, I'm not talking about buying the special tea or the juicing. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about getting rid of stress hormones in your body that should just naturally balance out by themselves. It doesn't always happen. And if you have these gene mutations, it slows down the process of being able to clean it out, like a clogged up sink. The sink is going to empty out eventually, but there's a clog in there, so it's going to take a while. Another one, so MTHFR, COMT, if you have anxiety, overthinking, mood crashes, ACTN3/ACE, the workout mismatch, you're going to have bad results with your workouts. You're just going to be like, dude, I don't even want to go to the gym anymore because it's miserable. I feel miserable the whole time. You shouldn't feel miserable when you're working out. So here's the good news. Once you know how your body is wired, you can work with your body instead of against it. So if any of this sounded like you, it might be time to dig into your own DNA. And if you've already done a DNA test, I'd love to help you decode it. Drop a comment or DM me if you want to break yours down in a future video. Or if you're just getting started, keep watching because I'm going to show you how to spot signs of gene imbalances even without a test. Like I've mentioned a few things and you can be like, that kind of sounds like me. Maybe I can try some of what she suggested. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe for more DNA-based health tips. Tap the bell so you never miss an episode and leave a comment if one of these genes felt familiar to you. I'm Suzy, and here on Doozy Talks, we keep it real about fitness, nutrition, and how to live in sync with your body and your purpose. Your body isn't broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just an individual person with your own genetic code. So let's work with it and make wellness personal. I'll see you guys in the next one.